Hello, how you doing today? Coming to you from my kitchen with another one of my small experiences making dinner in the slow cooker. Making our version of a pasta fagioli dish. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Kind of my did a bit of a southern accent, might be giving it too much twang, but hopefully it's good enough. So yeah, let's get started. I have already cut up the celery, and I'm going to put that here to the side. And then I cut up some garlic. Don't really need to cut it up, just kind of, I mash it and then kind of cut it up a little bit, just to, it's more just to flavor the oil that I put in the sauce to begin with, or not the sauce, but kind of the beginning to get the pasta fagioli started. But I like to cut up some garlic. And then at that time also, see, I've got some little bit of olive oil right here. I'm going to get that good and warmed up. While we cut the rest of the garlic up, we'll just kind of chop it up. So as that gets started, of course, I don't have the fresh beans and didn't sit them out overnight in the water. So we'll go to the pantry and we'll just pull out the cans of beans and cans of tomatoes. Normally you would want to use fresh beans, fresh tomatoes, but seeing as how this is a family of 2 adults and 2 younger children, kind of runs out of time and space to be able to do that kind of thing. We got 2 cans of northern beans, white northern beans. Usually you would use a cannelloni bean too. This is kind of a little cheaper version, but it still turns out pretty good. So then we've got some diced tomatoes I try to use. And then we'll, like 2 cans of tomatoes, 2 cans of beans. Usually works out pretty good. Once it's cooked in the slow cooker for like, 4 or 5 hours, it works out pretty good. We'll pull out the beans first. Then actually with the beans, you want to dump out the juice. It just creates more water, more liquid to the pasta fagioli. Pour these into the slow cooker. Here's a can of beans. Two cans of beans. And these are 15.5 ounce cans. And 1 pound 12 ounce cans on the tomatoes. I saw a funny trick the other day on opening a can with these hand can openers. Want to try it? Want to see? Okay, so normally your traditional way to open a can with a can opener is like this, okay? Well, somebody says, actually, you're supposed to open it like this. You put it on to where it hits on the side. Check that out. So then twirl it around. I don't think it's really going to work. Probably just ruin the opening the can. Oh yeah, it's coming off. It's coming off. Check that out. So now you don't have the sharp edge. Wow, really? I mean, I guess it's optional, you know, either way you want to do it. But there is still a sharp edge. I mean, it's not like it saves you anything. Anyway, all right, so your 2 cans of tomatoes. And then you can possibly plug up the slow cooker. Alright, we'll do 6 hours. I don't know. I'm not real sure how to use it, but it works. You know, if it's got the button that says slow cook, I can push a button and turn it on. You know, it's got everything inside. But, alright. And we're going to take our go back to our heat with our oil. I'm going to put in the garlic and the celery. Get that stirred around. I mean, really, by no means, I am not the cook here in our house. That's my wife's job. She's full Italian, and she's also a pastry chef, and has been for a lot of years. So she decorates cakes, does all that kind of stuff. She does all the cooking. You know, I help out what I can do. You know, she'll ask me to help prepare something. I pitch in a little bit, but you know, really, it doesn't do me much of any good to cook very much, because it doesn't turn out right. All right. Get a little heat going. You want to turn your heat down a little bit after you've gotten it hot. You know, just let it cook a little while. Turn it down to about medium low. You don't want to scorch the celery or the garlic. The garlic will cook. I mean, the celery will cook down in the slow cooker. It'll get a lot smaller. So I try to use at least probably, you know, 3 or 4 of the celery stalk. You know, try to use like 3 or 4 of those, because it will all cook down. But the celery is the source of the good taste, I think. It just doesn't taste the same if you don't have enough. If you don't use it at all, the whole dish just doesn't taste right. So then next, you want to have a base, a chicken broth. So what we'll do, get us a little pan, get a little small pot or so, just enough to, and I put a bit of water, about like that. And we'll come over here, and you want this water to boil. Just check on our celery. Down a little bit lower. With good pans, you don't need a lot of heat. You get the pan heated up, and then turn it down. Couple more minutes with that, and we'll just dump that right into the whole slow cooker. All right, so here we are. We've got the celery all sautéed with the garlic. Looks really good. Then we're just going to put that right here in with the tomatoes and the beans. Just let all that go right in there. All that goodness. There we go. Alright. So then this, we've got about 8 ounces of water. You're going to take your bouillon, mix it in your water, let that dissolve, keep that boiling pretty good. We might have a little bit more than 8 ounces, so maybe we'll put a little bit more just to have enough flavor. Keep that going. Turn your heat down about medium. That looks pretty good. Turn your heat off. And we're going to come over here and pour it right into the soup. Stir that around a bit. Oh yeah, look at that. All the tomatoes and celery and the beans all mixed together. You know, I've made this, quite a few times. I'm not the cook, I wing it. It looks good, it sounds good. It ends up tasting pretty good too, so this is what I do. And then we'll take some dry spices. I like to put a bay leaf in, just one bay leaf. All you need, one bay leaf, just like that. Drop it in. And then we'll take some dry basil. I sprinkle in enough to cover the surface of the dish. That's just how I do it. It works. Sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes it's a little too much. But you really can't go wrong with dry basil. It just doesn't. We usually will grow basil during the summer and during the spring, and we'll have it then. But this is kind of middle of winter. We are in Greenville, North Carolina, so it's fairly warm, but it works. It's something that she doesn't have to do when she comes home. I just happen to be home today, so I make dinner. So stir that around. We'll let that cook. I mean, yeah, it's got about 15 minutes on it now. So we're looking at, 5 hours still, 5 3/4 hours to cook. And it's 10:30 in the morning. You know, you get it in here and you just set it. Really, put the top on it, let it sit there and cook. Not a big deal, not real hard. Takes a little bit of preparation, you know, 15-20 minutes. Cut up the celery and make the broth and, you know, open the cans. But otherwise it would be, you know, probably an hour or so with your dry stuff and you're, you know, all prepared. But I don't know. We'll put that together. That'll cook for about 6 hours. We'll cook up probably about half a pound of ditalini pasta and serve it with that. I feel like I'm still forgetting something, but I'm not real sure. But we'll leave it at that. So make yours, enjoy it, have a good dinner. All right, see you next time.